Where's the actual console?
You looking for your console?
Yeah, where I don't know where the
Somewhere
console is.
reset it.
Okay, thank you.
Everyone get hyped for the final race of AGDQ 2015. And best of luck to both of our runners.
Good. Yeah, good luck.
Oh, there's sportsmanship. I like it.
Are we ready? I guess I'll count them off.
Yeah, do you guys want to count?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck.
All right, so this is Super Metroid 100% race. Series is pretty basic. There's not too much to say about it. One thing you will notice right off the bat is they're both doing something called arm pumping, where Samus's arm cannon moves up and down. That advances Samus 1 pixel forward, and over the full course of the 100% run, it just saves you a handful of seconds.
Yeah, and you'll also notice we stop in front of each door before it actually opens. That allows us to save some time, because if you run into the door, it wastes time.
It's kind of analogous to if you're coming up to a red light, slowing down, but if you're still moving when the light goes green, you save time.
Yeah, and then we tried to take as much damage as possible from Ridley's tail right here, so we can get him out of here and finish series.
What's the world record for this, Oates? You know?
I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know.
No.
Pretty bad out here.
Pretty bad, oh. Was it 47 something, was it?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Those tiles and steam patterns are pretty random, so it's hard to always get a good pattern, but sometimes you can do some pretty cool stuff with it.
Really good times from both the runners there, so.
Now's a good time probably for donation comments during the...
Yes, and before we get into donations, as we're setting up for really the main part of Super Metroid, I'd like to thank all of you guys for raising over $800,000. And with that, if you guys can do math, we are sub $200,000 away from our goal of $1 million. Let's make it happen.
All right, so with a lot of the Super Metroid categories, you're going to notice the first 5 or so minutes are the same. It's pretty basic. You just go and get bombs, missiles and bombs, and morph, and then they kind of spread out from there.
I think we established for where are we at right now, this moment with saving and killing the animals?
Well, let's see where this second. Right now, save is up it is just opened a $3,000 lead, basically 91,000 to 88,000.
I think instead the cutoff point for when that decision is final was when whoever gets Mother Brain killed first, the third phase, when her head drops.
When her head drops.
That'll
be our final refresh. You got it.
So keep donating in the meantime.
Yeah, you've got a little over an hour to decide the fate of these animals and the times of these runners.
All right, here comes the first mock ball of the game. This mock ball will be used multiple times in the 100% run. What mock balling does is it mocks Samus's speed in ball form, so you keep all the speed of Samus, and that happens by smoothly morphing as you're hitting the ground. So.
I've got a $30 donation from Neezy. $30 to GDQ Monitor's Choice because it has no job.
This part of the run is called the Notorious Climb. Usually when you first start running Super Metroid, this part is really hard to do. Just climbing up the wall jumps up the side are very tricky to get down. It's very hard to get a good rhythm with it, but it's really hard to get down perfectly. Even the best runners still sometimes you break out of a spin jump or you miss a wall jump. It's hard to do perfectly, even from the best runner's
just
perspective.
any up or down input is going to ruin a pretty good climb.
And coming up on our first boss, or mini boss, Bomb Teresa.
Pretty difficult fight here.
Yeah, with this fight, they're gonna shoot like a certain number of shots and missiles into Bomb Teresa. So their goal is to make Bomb Teresa the least amount of phases. So they want to do it without taking Bomb Teresa's the face off of Bomb Teresa. As you see, they'll do 5 shots, 4 missiles, and then 3 missiles to finish Bomb Teresa off.
Bad luck. Oops.
And ideally, you want to come into this fight with full health, because if you don't have full health, Bomb Teresa's eggs, when you shoot them, will drop you health instead of missiles.
Yeah, we try to get a certain pattern too, so we can get the max amount of missiles, because it takes 7 missiles to kill them. So we try to get enough missiles and have it spread out. If he doesn't give you enough missiles, then there's just nothing you can do.
Yeah, Ben, what we just did there, and Epic's coming up on, is the kind of the first most difficult trick for especially new runners is Alcatraz escape.
And that's called the Terminator strat. What I just did, you can just kind of run through the entire room and keep holding shoot and kill all the dudes in it, and it's pretty nifty.
Got $100 from Yukari Yakumo. My final donation. Nuke the animals from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. That's a pretty morbid donations coming in. All right, sick. I've also got $50 from Frictionless Emu. Getting in a donation now because Super Metroid runs are amazing, and so is that Ridley plushie. Agreed.
All right, so this is the first sequence break of the game here. It's when you're getting early supers. When you mock ball here, like we were talking about earlier, when you keep your when Samus's speed, you can make it underneath those gates without having to get speed booster as you would later on. So it allows you to get early supers and bypass getting Spore Spawn and killing Spore Spawn.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you'll see later
Spore
we can actually avoid Spore Spawn altogether, even to get his super missiles with another trick that's coming later in the run. So you never see Spore Spawn at all.
I've also got $5 from Just Defend. Good luck to my pals Epic and Sweet Numb. Go fast and kill those animals. Much love, my friends.
All right, thanks, JD.
And so there's going to be a lot of item fanfare in this game. The fanfare lasts for roughly about 6 seconds, and so if you accumulate over that the entirety of a 100% run, that's actually every item. There's 100 items in the game, so that's 600 seconds or 10 minutes of item fanfare that we have to sit through.
And the mock ball that both the runners just got was actually very difficult. It's a very tight mock ball to get, and they both nailed it just fine. And Epic actually just got a very good strat there. That's bypasses breaking the bottom block and saves you some time.
I like to kill that guy just to get a drop. Doesn't take any time. Kill more animals, you know?
You're going to notice that they're skipping this missile pack to the left there. They'll get that later on in the run. It'll just be a little bit quicker to get that later on. So.
Nice. Oops. Everybody seems to have their own variation on that strat for the last room.
I think what they call the Green Hills of Brinstar.
Yep.
Now it's really sweet, and I'm going down Red Tower. Going up Red Tower is a lot harder than going down. It frustrates a lot of people. Now we're getting our first beam of the game. Sweetnum's coming up on his phaser.
And you'll notice that bomb didn't propel me upward. A cool thing you can do is if you shoot right before a bomb explodes, then you don't have any recoil from the bomb, so you don't have to go back to avoid the explosions. Saves like a frame.
I've got $40 from Satoryu. Gotta put in for that Ridley plushie. Good luck to all the runners. Make Deer Force proud.
So we're coming up on the Kraid's layer soon, and there's a pretty cool trick. You can kill Kraid really fast. You don't see him, like if you do it correctly, then you don't see the entire lower portion of his body. You get to skip the second half of the fight, and the room doesn't even load, or it doesn't even show the room all the way. So we're both going to be going for that pretty soon. Oops. I'll explain a little bit more. Or if you want to, Stray, or...
Yeah. And normally when you come up on here, ammo management is usually kind of critical. For Sweetnum, he has just enough. There's a couple different ways to do what we call this the Kraid quick kill. There's one way that Sweetnum's going to do, shoot 2 missiles at the very beginning, and it will it'll open his mouth a little quickly, and with the first super,
Okay.
he can still recover from that.
Okay, didn't get it.
It's unfortunate. But what happens is with you'll shoot the 2 missiles and then you'll shoot 3 supers. There's a little bit of delay between shooting these 2 supers. Two missiles and 3 supers. There we go.
Nice.
Evan got it. And just like that, Kraid's dead, and the room doesn't even expand. And so there's like a couple different variations of doing it in there, but that's ultimately how it works. It's somewhat of a difficult trick. A little bit of practice.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get it pretty consistent if you practice it. All right.
One of the nice things about a 100% run is ammo management isn't as important as it is in any percent. After a certain point in the 100% run, you don't need to pay as much heed to your ammo management because you have so much ammo you never actually use it all.
No. The only really important thing is health management in the wreck ship, and we'll get to that as it comes. And even with the missed Kraid quick kill, it's still it's pretty close still early on here. So
Yeah, this run can still go either way in so many different places. So
yeah.
And while we're transitioning, I once again want to remind you guys that there are 3 great prizes you could donate for in order to get into the drawing for them, including the Ridley plushie. And if I could ask Oats and Ghost to actually do his best Vanna White and actually just show it off real quick. That's about the most adorable you're ever going to think Ridley is. Right there. It's huge. It's beautiful. It's about the size of Oats and Goats. Yeah.
Almost.
He does get his own chair. Again, for a minimum of a $40 donation, then you are in the drawing for that and the other 2 prizes, which include the signed Legend of the Hero book and the Super Metroid mounted print. As long as you donate at least $40 by the end of this marathon, by the end of the Ocarina of Time 100% run. And I've got a $50 donation from Cyberbot X. Well, AGDQ, this is going to be my final donation for this marathon. Good luck to Epic and Sweetnum on the Super Metroid race. I'd like to give thanks to the runners, the tech crew, the hosts, the donation station crew, all the other volunteers and staff, the IRC moderation crew, everyone who donated, all the viewers. I may have missed some group in the list, but really everyone involved in helping make AGDQ 2015 a success thus far deserves thanks. Here's to hoping we hit the $1 million mark and also save the animals. Hope to see everyone next time.
save the frames.
So here, pretty much, we just go underneath the room, because that's kind of actually the fastest way to do it anyway. Even though it looks kind of slow, but those platforms are really awkward to be jumping on.
Even with getting hit there, it's still quite a bit faster. The funny thing about Bubble Mountain, what's sweet's in there, it can be pretty trolly of a room with the Keck attack up top can sometimes snipe you off, and that can be really bad for your runs.
Yeah. Coming down and getting our one of the favorite ones, especially good for speed runs, Speed Booster. Lets you go fast, as the name might imply.
I've got also have a $24.56 donation from DBX. Hi, DBX here to say that it's not true 100% unless you save the animals. Just freaking kidding. Kill them.
All right.
He also says thanks. Thank you, DBX.
So one of the mechanics that you'll see these guys do throughout the run in many different places, you saw Epic do it just there, is something called damage boosting. So normally, and this happens naturally even as you play the game casually, you'll notice that when you get hit by a monster or take any sort of damage whatsoever from something, that you'll start going backwards. Well, with the damage boost, you can exploit that if you, I don't know what how many frames for you that you have to do.
I think it's about 4 frames.
4 frames. You have basically 4 frames, then somewhere around there, if not, to basically you point your back to the direction you want to go. You hold jump and you hold back, and you'll basically fly in that direction from the damage boost after taking damage. And you'll see these guys do it many times throughout the run in many different places.
Yeah, it's a lot different than like other games with damage boost. Usually with a lot of other games with damage boost, and you'll barely propel forward, or you won't gain much speed or momentum or keep your speed. But with this game, you can really exploit that, and it's really good for all categories and speed runs of this game.
Yeah, and there's one boost in particular we'll see later that you really see how far the damage boost can go. The damage boost will basically go until you hit the ground. So, and we'll see that later. One really good example of that.
All right, coming up is Crocomire here. He can give you some pretty bad RNG. If he doesn't open his mouth, he will shoot orbs at you, and that can waste some time as opposed to just opening his mouth and allowing you to get as many shots in for an optimal kill. That was a really good fight for Epic there. It's really good RNG. You want to explain the wraparound shot?
So what you might have just catched Epic do there is there's a shot that he did, and Sweetenham just do it. If you listen, there's a door opening. What's happening is they're taking a fully charged wave beam and they're pushing Summers completely up against the wall in the acid there and firing off the shot diagonally up. What that's doing is that's actually wrapping around on the other side of the screen and is opening the door on the complete other side of the room, which is going to enable them to shine spark right through without having to worry about opening the door. It saves them some time doing that.
There's one other place in the run that you'll notice them doing that as well, which is very useful for their time save.
And there goes Epic through the door. And that lets you shine spark straight across to get the power bombs. Normally these aren't the first power bombs you pick up in the run. By design, you're supposed to pick up the power bombs in Red Tower first, but
I believe this is the first Shine Spark in the game too that you do 100%.
Yep.
Do you want to explain that a little bit?
which Shine Spark are you talking?
Oh, just Shine Sparking in general, I guess. Just,
Oh, Shine Spark in general. So normally Speed Booster, you saw it can go fast to begin with, but when you enter Blue Suit to explain how Shine Sparking, how the game registers a blue suit effect, which is what you see after the runners go so far. Basically, if you're holding down the run button, the game checks a certain pattern. Samus, when her foot is one of her foot is forward a certain way, it's a certain pattern that Samus is at. And once you hit you're holding the run button after it counts that 4 times in a row, you'll enter blue suit, and you'll be able to hit down at that point. You can store Shine Spark, and you can from there, all you have to do is activate it either by hitting up or hitting jump, and you can actually control what direction you can go. You can go diagonally up, you can go straight up, or you can go straight across, like you saw Sweetnum and Epic both do. Now what that enables them to do, though, I explained the reason how the game actually calculates whether or not they enter blue suit. What they can do is do something called a short charge. A short charge, basically, we're tricking the game into giving us a shorter blue suit, a shorter Shine Spark. So what happens is they actually tap the button during the frames that the game is checking for the game to be the game to be, you need to be holding run for it. Oh, and then catching up, you see the straight up Shine Spark right there. Sweetnum catching up, the run's pretty much equal right at this point. And so with the Shine Spark setting that up, you have a 1 tap, you'll have a 2 tap, you'll have a 3 tap, you'll have something called a stutter 3 tap. There's lots of different ways to do it.
Yeah, it's really evident if you watch the tasks of this game. It's really incredible to see how short they can get the blue suit. Mm-hmm. It's such an incredibly short distance compared to how you would normally play the game and get blue suit. And even if you even in real time, you can get the blue suit in an amazing amount of time.
That's sync.
We both hit the gate at the wrong spot.
So this is very close race, very exciting.
Yeah, it's tight.
Like I was saying earlier, such a long run. It's really anyone's game up until a certain point. I mean, it could go both ways quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like Epic right now has enough energy to do a certain Shine Spark up here too that'll probably give him some lead on me, so I'm not going to do it this time.
Yeah, this is entering the part of the game where you have to pay a lot of attention to your energy management. So Epic has the energy to do an extra Shine Spark here, which is going to save him some time. But really, when you enter Rex ship, you really have to pay attention to your energy for a number of reasons, especially after the Fantoon fight, which is a whole nother discussion, because Fantoon is RNG at its worst. I don't.
Yeah, Sweetnum was just a little bit short there. This can be quite a precise and tough trick to get. Mm-hmm. You have to be it has to be almost a delayed wall jump, so it can put you further away from the wall so you can get up a little bit closer for the down grab up there. It's pretty difficult, but with some practice it can be pretty consistent.
I think it's like 2 to 10 or 2 to 6 frames, something like that, between when you push away from the wall that you have to hit jump.
I've got a $20 donation from Kevin M. Let's be honest here. One of these runs could be world record. Let's not take the risk in wrecking a world record run with some stupid pixels that look like animals. Besides, the runners will need nice juicy steaks after these runs. Kill the animals, save the frames. Anybody else hungry after that?
If you keep those guys up on top on screen long enough, then you can kill them with the power bomb. That's why I kind of bounced off the little block there.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Like if you just go down to the power bombs a little bit too early, they will still stay alive.
And Epic doing a little farming. If you notice, you use Grapple Beam to pick up the supers. Grapple Beam will actually collect items for you. Is a really nice feature of Grapple Beam. Lets you farm in a number of spots that normally would be really hard to farm or take a long time.
So we used to do a Shine Spark across this ocean. I don't know if you want to explain some of why we changed to the grapple method now.
Yeah, the grapple method actually turned out a bit faster. What people used to do, though, is something called Ocean Fly. And the reason that the grapple method is faster is Ocean Fly required you to actually go back in that previous room that they were in, go back some to charge up a Shine Spark. They would carry that Shine Spark into the next room with a moat and the missiles, fire a super, and then Shine Spark basically over the moat the super would open the door and they would fly straight through the door all the way to the wrecked ship, and that was what we called ocean fly. But we determined that grapple is faster, just grappling over the moat and then shine sparking the rest of the way. It's a very much missed trick.
You'll also notice we both turned off Spazer right there because we need to be able to do something called an X Factor on Fantoon. So if you guys want to explain that some.
Go ahead.
Yeah, X Factoring is the beam combo with just wave and charge. If you've ever seen the run before, you can see that Fantoon can die in 2 rounds quite easily if you can do a timed X Factor, and you just have to position Fantoon in such a way to where all particles will hit, and one particle does 1 super missile worth of damage. So stacked up, they can do a lot of damage, and you can finish off Fantoon in 2 rounds. So
Ideally.
ideally, yeah.
So you gave me a really good pattern there.
Fast pattern to the right, that's good. Epic gets fast left.
And he's
Sweeten
dead.
them 2 rounds. And Epic.
We'll lay it here. Oh
No.
What just happened was something called a sunrise surprise, which is obviously, as you can see, very, very bad. It's all the particles when Fantoon opens up. If you're in the right spot, all the particles will hit Samus at one time, dealing a ton of damage, which is usually death. I mean, you can't really get out of it.
Yeah, Fantoon puts out 8 flames. That's 20 damage apiece, so that's 160 damage instantaneously.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if you want to explain. I don't know if you guys know the ball boost I'm about to do and the spikes up there.
Oh, that, yeah. That's, So up here is, if 100%'s run, this is probably, you have to be a little careful here. Sweetnums looks to pull it off correctly. He's going to use a damage boost to kind of propel himself a little bit more through this room.
Yeah,
And
it's
he gets
nice to
through
be
just
able to-
fine.
Yeah, it's helpful to actually be able to skip a lot of those spikes, and it's pretty fast. Sometimes you can actually get all the way across there, but it's really hard to time that one specifically.
Yeah.
Oops. So the reason I took damage there too is so I can get full run speed for this bounce ball here, so I can bounce just onto that platform.
Yeah.
And then now is kind of the point where you can breathe a little bit easier because it's very, very unlikely to die after this point in the run, after you get that energy tank.
Yeah, the only thing Sweet needs to be careful about is his health management up until basically the ship point.
Yeah, yeah. There's a shine spark that I need to do, and it takes a lot of health. So I'm gonna be hopefully not losing much here.
Yeah, for reference, these falling spike platforms will do 100 damage to Samus. So too many hits from those, and this is going to be over really quickly. This is the most notorious part of the 100% run for ending runs.
I was trying to do a clip there. You can actually clip through that platform. Oops. Yeah, I gotta. Okay, good.
Yeah, the attic strat that Sweetnum just did is very, very difficult. It requires a very short charge.
Wait, what did I not kill somebody?
Molecule? Or
Oh
atom?
man.
Atomic?
Yeah, it's a very hard strat to do, but
That's interesting. I don't remember not killing him.
And normally you would just go to the right there, and but with the other strategy though, and the strategy that he did, it saves you a lot of health, and it gives you some drops, maybe some super missile drops, and mainly health drops as well, which you're looking for at this point.
So clipping through those work robots is actually not very easy at all. This room is very trolly in terms of just these guys are just in your way, and you try to get past them as fast as you can. And I also shoot missiles because you can shoot missiles and move them forward faster than if you just use your regular shots. In case anybody's wondering that. And here's a missile that coming up here that's really high up that can give people trouble. Normally you're supposed to ride these little green. Do you know the name of those enemies, Stray?
No, I don't. I can't remember their names.
Oh, good, got it. But yeah, normally you're supposed to ride those green things all the way up there, but if you time the jump properly, you can just grab these like that.
Nice.
Now's probably a good time for some donation
Sure.
comments too.
I've got a $44.44 donation from Spim. Saving the animals isn't even necessary in the true 100% category, which is, of course, 100% map completion.
All right.
Dear Force, intended for you to kill the animals. Good luck to Epic and Sweetnum. In memory of Gunpei Yokoi, go fast.
That's another place where you do a short charge, and then you can just get across that bowling. You can get across that entire stretch there without having to use the grapple beam, which is the intended method.
This is what we call bowling, because the Chozo's literally taking Samus bowling down the alley. Well, not literally, but it looks a lot like it.
While we're lining up this strike, I want to go ahead and give you guys a quick update on Save Kill the Animals right now, because we are coming up on probably close to the halfway mark of the run. Right now, Save the Animals is actually pushing out its lead even further, sitting at $98,612.99. To Kill the Animals, $94,326.87. To note, that's over $193,000 for Save Kill the Animals right now. And in the mere 20 minutes since I last thanked you guys for raising $800,000 for us, you've already raised another $16,000 over that pace. So on this pace, 1 million, let's make it happen.
Now we have gravity suit that allows us to walk underwater freely, and also takes a lot of damage away too. Halves the damage from the previous suit. And now that's why we wait to get these missiles later. Nice.
Yeah, ideally with this missile pack, you want to get in and get out as soon as possible. So
Yeah.
or else a block on the end here can block you, and you have to bomb it, and that wastes a few seconds.
It's an awesome mock ball.
Yeah, that mock ball's pretty hard. to
Yeah,
do,
it's very
actually.
difficult to get.
Also, I like this. Just
Rip
kind of cool.
500.
So coming up is the reason why health conservation was so important. He's going, after these power bombs here, he's going to be doing another wraparound shot, which we talked about with Crockemeyer. And what that's going to allow him to do is get all the way through the gauntlets, which is to the left here, and he will bypass all the the blocks, which you would normally have to bomb or power bomb to get through.
Oh, okay.
And if
All
you
right.
listen here, you can actually hear the door open.
Almost lost too much health. Yeah, so. All
There
right,
you got
nice.
it, first try.
All right, I might run out mid Shine Spark here, actually. I'm not sure.
I think you'll stop just
Should
short.
be good.
I think you're good.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
So yeah, you can
Oh,
just
yeah.
get that whole. And then we get another energy tank, and from here on out, health is not something I should ever be concerned about.
There is a, I don't know if I'd call it a trick, but it's a,
Oh, going in between these two?
yeah, there's an interesting thing. You can go right in between these, like right in the middle of the crumble blocks, and you can get both missiles at once, as opposed to having going back through the gauntlet like you would normally have to do.
Yeah, if you fall down one side there and accidentally, don't get both of them, you waste ridiculous amounts of time, like minutes.
Yeah,
And,
in a regular run, it's pretty much a reset.
yeah, it's definitely a reset. So that's why I took it so slow and carefully there, because that would be a really disastrous thing. So now we're gonna go revisit Brinstar and get all the stuff that we had to skip before because we didn't have the items for. It's probably a good time for some more donations too.
Sure.
Oops.
I've got $25 from, I'm gonna go with Kujo-san. I'll chip in another 25 if my name gets pronounced right, so, all right.
Yeah, all right.
You should just go easy on me and PCF and just donate the 25. But first time watching, I don't want to be the reason why $25 doesn't get donated. First time watching the stream and you guys are doing some awesome stuff. Again, save the animals. Peter, hype! Literally anything will get hype over. Okay. I've got $77.77 from Thomas P72. All lucky sevens to save them animals.
Looking grim for the frames.
How about $50 from Kubi? AGDQ is a showcase of speedrunners' abilities and the games we love. It's not world record attempts on games. Saving the animals is just as defensible as saving the frames.
It's more than frames.
Yeah.
It's pride.
Alright. So I'm gonna try to do a mock ball out of this tunnel as well, because if you don't, then you can't get all the way across this edge. Alright, I got it. So it's just helps versus falling all the way down there. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
$100 from Olmel. Just want to say thank you, Mr. Mike Uyama and the rest of the AGDQ crew to making this awesome event happen.
So what Sweetnum's going to do up here, and it's kind of subtle, and you don't notice it if you're not paying attention, but that power bomb that he lays right there actually accomplishes two purposes. One, it clears the blocks below, it lets him go in to get these next power bombs, but it's also at the same time opening the yellow door that was down below and to the right, and so he's doing two things at once there.
Also, I'm going to try a pretty difficult trick here. You can actually get through up above the crumble blocks before they reform, and it's pretty difficult, but let's see if we can get this here. All right.
Oh, nice. And do you know how much time that saves you?
It probably saves a good 2 to 3 seconds at least. I don't think anyone's actually timed it yet, though, but pretty much Tass did it, and then Zost actually started incorporating it in his runs, so he's, awesome, so I decided to do the same thing, and it's a pretty cool trick. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys want to talk about the super missile shot I'm about to do down here. With skipping spore spawn and everything.
So with this is a really quirky trick that he has to do here. Basically, Sweetnum went all the way to the left there to come back a little bit. He moves up in just a way that the super missile, if you move all the way up to the right to the wall and you break the blocks and you shoot the super missile and the super missile disappears. Well, Sweetnum going all the way back and coming back but stopping at a certain point lets the super missile not disappear, so it actually breaks the block and lets him get in to spore spawn backwards.
Yeah, and he did it very quick, but it's actually very precise for the position that you have to be for it to work.
You got maybe a couple pixels.
So you'll notice that I get the missiles here now. That's why I skipped them before, because I laid that power bomb up, and then it can blow up these blocks while I'm getting those. So it just, it doesn't save a ton of time, but it's slightly faster. Now's probably a good time for some donations.
Sure, of course. I've got $50 from Tesla Coil. Save the animals hype. Also, hype for the upcoming Ocarina of Time runs. Runner Guy's blind run will floor you. Shoutouts not only to PCF and Doctors Without Borders, but to Gamers Without Eyeballs. Wait, how is he doing it? Okay. Let's see here. I've got $5 from Chaos Coyote. I love AGDQ and I've never had my comment read. Sorry. Congratulations, you made it. All right.
So up here I laid a power bomb. Might wonder why I laid that power bomb up there, but it actually opens the door up top. That way I don't have to open it later, so it saves a good amount of time. You don't have to wait for it to explode the second time. Whoops, second time you come in through the room, so it's pretty nice. And also this trick coming up, it's called Blockbuster. If you guys want to talk about it a little bit.
This is an amazing trick. That's all that needs to be said.
See if I can get it. Got it. Oh, I didn't get
Oh.
it. I hit the door to get a little too
Yeah,
much
the
speed.
idea of it is just to keep Blue Suit through the door, and you break those blocks that he just bombed there, and it just allows you to get through a bit quicker. Basically, just the time of the bomb animation is what he saves.
Yeah, we talked about the mock ball and we talked about blue suit. You can actually keep blue suit in ball form if you mock ball when you're blue suiting, and you'll still break blocks, and that's what would have done. What it would have done.
Up here is one of the probably the hardest short charge I would think in this category.
Yeah, I think
trying
this
to get these
is
missiles
quite a
up
good
here.
showcase actually for how short you can get Blue Suit in this game.
Let's see if. All right.
There we got it. That's a very difficult.
Yeah, it's a
short
very
charge to do.
tight shine spark. Do you do that stutter four tap, Sweetener?
Yeah. I don't know if you want to explain.
So what happens is he stutters, which causes the frame. He basically by stuttering, I mean hitting up, hitting left, letting go, then hitting left again. It stutters some of his animation, so the frame that the game checks for happens quicker. And so then he taps 4 times to basically get the shine spark in the shortest amount of distance.
Yeah, there's nothing too exciting. If you want to.
Sure, yeah. We'll rip them off. Let's see here. To actually finish up, what was it? So yeah, as Chaos Coyote was saying, I love AGDQ and I've never had my comment read. The rest of that was, I want to put this $5 to save the animals. Thank you for being so great, you guys. I lost my dog to cancer, and while it's not quite the same thing as a mother or a brother, he was a loved one and he was my best friend in the whole world. Cancer affects everyone and everything, so let's be rid of this disease for good. Thank you, Chaos, and congrats on your donation being read. I've also got $50 from Desmond Bergkamp. Hashtag Samus Arm Pump Hype. Hype! How about $50 from Lemmy? Ironically, games done quick does not lead to work done quick. Oh God, I know what you mean. Still totally worth it. Now save the animals. How about $50 from Saps? Awesome stuff this week. Remember, frames have rights too. How about... All right, everyone brace. We got $300 from Dr. Bobtastic once again. I guess I must continue to attempt to save those frames with the power of bad puns. Whew. What do you call the coalition that exists to stop people from maliciously removing people's trousers? The Prevent Pantser Foundation. We are literally making up words here at AGDQ 2015. That being said, we'd like to thank you for your very generous donations. He knew $1 donations. We weren't going to read those darn things. I'd also like to make a quick announcement. Again, this Save Kill the Animals bid war is absolutely insane. Did you ever think we were going to be at the point where Save the Animals of all things was going to raise $100,000 by itself? And what that means is we have a loser of a bidding war that has raised $95,000.
So coming up is Batoon, if you guys want to talk about.
With the Batoon fights, you're going in and you're precisely timing your. I'll let him do the fight here, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, good. Getting those to connect is probably the trickiest part.
Yeah, that's the main part of the run right there. Or the boss win this fight is connecting those X Factor particles at the start of the fight, and then finishing them off with 6 supers.
Here comes the full halfie.
Yeah, this is a pretty difficult Shine Spark. Oh, hit the door, I don't know. Might not.
Oh.
Yeah, what that does is that throws you basically through the whole room quickly, so you don't have to, so you can bypass all this stuff right here.
Yeah, it's a really tight really tight Shine Spark, and
Yeah.
it's, whoops, all right. Just do this, I guess. And then we get, right after that mini boss fight, we get another fight. Dragon's coming up. I don't know if you guys can
Oh, explain
talk
Dragon.
about it. About the X Factor and stuff too.
Dragon. So the quickest way to kill Dragon, we found out, is by going really fast through his forehead. Basically, what's going to happen here, he has to kill these turrets, because otherwise these turrets are going to troll Sweeten up to no end if he doesn't kill them. So we have a long time to talk here because Dragon takes forever to come.
Yeah.
But basically what's going to happen here is Dragon's going to swoop down. Immediately the first time, Sweetenup's going to charge an X Factor and position it and then Shine Spark into Dragon, so he hits Dragon
Oh, okay, you don't want to do that.
with both the X Factor and the Shine Spark.
So that's the intended way of hitting into him. So this will take a little bit longer now, unfortunately. If he gives me these swoop patterns, that's a bad thing. He keeps giving me, but we want him to goo, yeah, like that, because it allows you time to get 2 X Factors in. That killed him, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get the blue suit, which allows me a free Shine Spark, but...
Yeah, with blue suit, I don't know exactly how it works by killing. Do you know exactly? I mean...
I don't understand how exactly you get it from Dragon. It's something that the Shine Spark for some reason doesn't cancel as though you were hitting a wall, is the best way I can explain it. And so what happens is it just drops you out of the Shine Spark and you keep the blue suit effect.
Yeah. Until you press run, and then that will cancel it out. Or run or down, or use a Shine Spark.
And so with that, he would have Shine Spark back across here.
But he did get a nice strategy. That's very tight 2 space jumps there, but it allows him to keep his speed through the door, and it allows him to get through quite a bit quicker.
Yeah, and anybody who hasn't played the game, Space Jump just basically allows you to jump infinite times in the air, like as much as you want, so it's pretty handy.
On that E-Tank, he will be getting later, because
Yeah.
he'll be coming back through here one more time.
There's a lot of backtracking and looping around in Meridia for the item collection.
Yeah, a lot of the Meridia item locations are kind of strange, so it's pretty, like, you have to kind of do a roundabout loop to collect everything. But pretty soon we're going to get a sweet item.
And here you see Sweetenup morphing and unmorphing that actually makes you go faster through the sand. Anywhere else it wouldn't.
Yeah, normally morphing and unmorphing makes you, like, take longer to fall down. Not sure why it does it there, actually.
Yeah. Sand physics are very strange in this game.
Now's a good time for some donations.
We got a $50 donation from Jarvitz. The animals are the cause of cancer. We need to kill them to cure cancer. Good luck on Reverse Slinky Sweet.
Thank you, Jarvitz.
I think I was supposed to, good luck on Reverse Slinky Sweet. I think that was how I was supposed to read that. I was like, man, that's a cool name. The Reverse Slinky Sweet. Sick tech. All right.
Oops.
So coming up is the most exciting part of the run. And if
Yeah.
those of you who know what I'm talking about know I'm being completely sarcastic, this is a good time for donations,
All right.
probably.
Let's
Yeah,
do it. All right, how about $100 from Gonerim? Thanks, everyone. Great event as usual. BTW, kill the animals, save the frame. It was one single frame. That's all he's saving. All right. $200 from Jolteon1619. Save the Franker Z's. Rip chat. We got $50 from W. John. What do you call an organization dedicated to stopping the use of terrible, horrible jokes regarding cancer charities? The Prevent Cancer Foundation. Keep 'em. It's making money. I'll read them. We have. I got $25 from Nerds since 1984. I like that. All right, good name. Metroid is the series that introduced me to speedrunning, so it'd only be appropriate to save the frames and kill the animals.
So this item, Spring Ball, we just got is really, really nice. It allows me to jump in ball form, as you see there. And you'll see later some pretty cool strategies we can do with it.
This is what some people would call the best item in the game. Chronic, if you're watching.
Okay.
You do.
Alrighty.
I've also got $502 from Mashster. I just realized that I have been watching all marathon and haven't even donated once. That needed to change, especially since Save the Animals is winning. Shoutouts to all my buds in the 502 crew, and may all your speedruns save frames, not animals. And $25 from Darkened Soul. Much love to everyone involved with GDQ. Keep up the great work. By the way, what's with this Save the Animals nonsense? Leave them and get to the chopper.
Nice.
I like how I changed my accent like halfway through realizing what I was reading. All right, sick. I'm not gonna reread it. I got $25 from Royal Blue Wizard. Hey AGDQ, it's been an awesome week, and thanks to all the runners, tech team, channel mods, on-site staff, attendees, and viewers for making it memorable and raising money for an excellent cause. And just for Puexel and Opta Jr., exclamation point, egg, and wonder shot!
I don't know if you want to explain that power bomb that I laid in that room.
So when Sweetnum entered that room previously, where we got the plasma beam, he laid a power bomb on the way in. Normally, power bombs don't hurt those the red space pirates, but it actually does damage the ones that are on the wall. And so, as compared to 2 shots that would be required to kill them, it only takes 1 because the power bombs did enough damage for that. And so it saves a little bit of time placing that power bomb ahead of time.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
That's
one of the many spring ball straps.
Yeah. That one's really hard to do, actually. I didn't expect to get it. And now we get this, that E-tank before that you saw me skip by. Probably a good time for some more donations to clean up stuff.
Yeah, let's get to it. Guys, trust me, they're not slowing down. All right, we got $105 from Derpy Dackle, sick name. Probably my last time donating. My mom had been diagnosed with skin cancer a good while back. Thankfully, though, they found the growth in its very early stages and had it removed. Over 10 years later, still no signs of cancer. Hashtag PSA announcement, also killed them damn animals.
What Sweetnum was trying to do there before that was another spring ball strategy. What he was trying to do is obtain enough speed with getting blue suit. And there's a trick that you can do on morphine and keeping blue suit if you angle up. And that was going to allow him to go through those speed booster blocks. Hopefully, if you wouldn't have done it right though, you can get soft locked there in the 2 blocks, but it's kind of difficult to do.
Yeah, if you fall down, then the 1 speed booster block will reform, and then you just can't ever get out.
Yeah.
I think it's the only place I'm aware of where you can actually do something like that.
I've got a $50 donation from Wild Anaconda 69. And now, Wild Anaconda 69 with a special report on the animals. I just need everyone to know that frames isn't an accurate description of what's at stake here. You aren't just losing frames, you're losing seconds. Saving the animals takes approximately 26 seconds longer than not saving them. Let me do the math for you. That's 1,560 frames. The choice is obviously to kill them. Special shoutouts to Sweetnum. Best of luck, man. I wish I could have been there to support you.
Thanks,
Thanks, Anaconda.
Also, sick math.
Yeah, that's a lot of frames.
In that moment, everyone started feeling really bad.
Nice.
Everyone's
Nice.
So now we revisit Kraid's lair for that. There's a a missile pack that we have to come back here for, and the reason we couldn't get it before is because you just don't have power bombs at the time, so kind of looks like it's wasting time, but it's really the best way to do it for a human.
How about a $1,000 anonymous donation to Kill the Animals?
All right.
This anonymous human being, well, we assume human, would like to say, Kill the Animals isn't a bid war loser yet. We still have time to save the frames. And with that, I want to go ahead and once again announce, oh my God, money's coming in real fast. Now both are over $100,000. Kill the Animals has blown out in the lead, taking a $4,000 lead in this bid war. It is a 106,000 to 102,000 rough score. Sure, I was gonna say deficit. That's not a deficit.
So now Sweet Bum has the ice beam. Now he's got, this is the most damage you can do. The ice, plasma, and wave beam combination is the most damage that you can do with your beams in the game. So now he has all the beams in the game. It's going to make Ridley fight and the Mother Brain fight a lot quicker than this if compared to using any other beam in the game. And Plasma Beam actually has a lot of interesting characteristics that make it really funny for bosses and mini-bosses that you're not supposed to have Plasma Beam for if you've ever done any sort of item randomizer or route randomizer. You can actually one-shot Crocomire if you have Plasma Beam. You'll shoot him once and he'll basically just keep backing up until he falls in the acid. It's really funny to watch.
Coming up soon is a damage boost that's really cool that allows you to skip a lot of like going through the lava. You go very slowly through the lava, so this damage boost allows you to get to the like horizontally to the left a lot quicker. Good, I got it. And so you can actually, it's through this door, so I mean, man, just saves so much time. I love it. Shout out to Chronic for that, Chronic boost.
Yeah.
And as we are entering Ridley's lair, I'd like to go ahead and show off one more time. Oats and Goats, again, give me your best Vanna White. If you donate at least $40 throughout actually this game and the next, our final two runs, the Blindfold OT Child Dungeon and the Ocarina of Time 100%, you can get that adorable version of Ridley. This is the cutest he's ever gonna look, and he's huge. Yeah, $40 donation minimum will get you into a drawing for that and our other two great prizes. So make sure to get your donations in soon.
Would you like to explain Golden Chorizo?
The Gold Chorizo fight. So this fight with the, if you have Plasma Beam, this fight actually goes pretty quickly. What Sweetnum's actually going to do here, before he gets Golden Chorizo, he's going to pick up the super missiles beforehand. And this is actually, for new players, this will catch all new players off guard. That is a breakaway platform. Whereas you go and you collect, oh look, more missiles, and you fall down, and then you have to fight Gold Chorizo.
Yeah, that can be kind of a disaster for doing runs. That's also a instant reset.
Yeah. And so Sweetnum actually has enough time to pick up these super missiles before Gold Chorizo actually goes active and the fight actually starts. And so here, what he's going to do is he's actually going to duck and shoot a fully charged beam. And if you look carefully, it's actually hitting Gold Chorizo twice, whereas it would only hit him once if he was standing up. And so the fight goes very quickly. Fun fact, you can in fact kill Gold Chorizo with only missiles.
Yeah, normally he dodges them to the side, like, it's pretty...
There was a puzzle race we had where it took somebody about an hour, was it an hour-long fight? Somebody. We don't know who that was. Pillar Spark.
Yeah, it's always fun.
And this is the worst room in the game. But an 100% is actually really easy.
Yeah, but for most other categories, this is a very, very bad room.
And the reason I jumped through that door, you'll see some other doors too where you jump through, is because it actually improves the screen scrolling transition. If you guys want to talk a little bit about that, how it
Yeah,
can
you'll notice through all the doors, it'll kind of, the doors will sometimes pan up or down. What the game is doing is putting the door in the middle of the screen or whatever the middle is, and it will search for that, and then you can lose some time if it's like too much of a scrolling for the door. So what you want to do is try positioning the door as close to the middle of the screen as possible while entering the door. There are some strategies you cannot jump through, like that one you cannot jump through, but for most ones that don't have a strategy in the next room that's important, you can jump through and manipulate the door position. So.
And what Sweetnam actually did here that's really subtle and is a lag reduction strat, and this is lag reduction strats in Super Metroid when you're using power bombs are very real. They actually save a significant amount of time. Killing the first two of the Kai Hunters in that room actually made it so the power bomb caused much less lag than it normally would in the game.
Yeah, for that room especially, it's very significant. Even killing one can reduce the lag just dramatically. So.
Now I'm gonna try to go through these spikes here.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Double K go.
If you morph right directly before you land on the spikes, then you can actually get through them, and you can actually get through a decent amount of things in the game that way. So we use it to save time when we can.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how it works, but it works. All right, this is the Ridley fight. The Ridley fight takes, I believe, 20 shots, and you can actually have Ridley grab you before Ridley's health is completely drained, and that will end the fight a little bit sooner.
Yeah, you can sit around here, Sweetnam could sit around here and shoot Ridley all day, and even when Ridley's health reaches 0, he'll still fly around until he picks you up.
Yeah, I think it's RNG dependent on how long it takes for Ridley to either
something.
blow up or grab you.
So now he should be dead. Oops.
Yep, he's dead.
He should be, yeah, there we go.
So Ridley's dead. It's a pretty easy fight with plasma and all the beams equipped, of course, except Spazer.
In celebration of that Ridley death, we have a $1,000 donation from Elysium. Frag Chair demands the death of the animals. It is a cruel master.
So now that all 4 bosses are dead, it's just basically a lot of cleanup on the way, picking up the last of the items, and then we'll head off to finish off Mother Brain.
Yeah, it's probably a good time too for more donations.
Sure.
If you have some.
About $500 from Entitled. I gotta head out for a dinner event, so unfortunately I have to stop watching the stream. When I catch the run on Twitch VODs later tonight, I hope I see Samus do the right thing and save the animals.
Okay, so I was trying to get you can get a blue suit to go through these 2 blocks here, and just mock ball through, and it saves quite a bit of time, but it wasn't happening.
I know you guys can't get enough of these. I have another $300 donation from Dr. Bobtastic. Everyone's like bracing themselves. One last bad pun. I don't believe this is the last one. One last bad pun for the frames. What is the name of the association for the removal of the French language from common parlance? The Prevent Francer Foundation. I like the 6 people clapping in the back. I like it. That's good. Keep sending them in. They're good.
There's a pretty cool strat coming up right here. You'll see if he can get it. Ooh, he got the last part of it, but unfortunately he didn't grab the missiles. What you want to do is grab the missiles and do exactly what he just did, but just get the missiles.
And here we have a This is okay to read on stream, right? I don't know. You sent it to me, so I'm going to say what it is. A $666 donation from Hugo. Sure, I'm going to go with that. Kill, 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 serious mode. I'm very grateful for what you guys are doing and for all the money donated to this great cause. After seeing my mom battle and lose to cancer, I realized I'm not afraid of death, but I am afraid of cancer. Thank you. $100 from Best Uni, donating to save the animals for my friend Sean. I hope you have cancer prevented someday. And also, if we get one more update from the couch, when exactly we're going to be cutting off Save Kill the Animals, because this is obviously going back and forth to an intense degree.
As soon as Mother Brain's head hits the ground.
All right, at the final phase, of course. And at that point, I will be doing one final refresh, and then that will be the result. To give you guys one more quick update as we are heading off to that area. Kill the Animals is starting to pull away, so if you want to see those frames lost, all 1,560 of them, get in your donations. The current score is Kill the Animals at $110,957.68 to Save the Animals at $103,275.41. Got about another roughly probably 10 to 15 minutes to get those donations in, so hurry up.
Yeah, like Stravaris said, it's pretty basic. You're just cleaning up until Torian, and it's basically just getting all the items. There's no significant strategies that I can think of.
Well, there is one.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
there is
Coming up
one.
at some point, but yeah, a little.
You know how I
that's
feel
a
about that
little later.
strat, Sweetnum.
Yeah.
Oops. So I'm laying that power bomb to get rid of the power bomb blocks over to the left, but they should be gone. I hope I laid it in the right spot.
I've got $69.69 from Rhino4. That Ridley plush is too adorable to pass up. Also, kill the animals so we can turn them into plushes as well. This logic is... All right, we're doing good. All right, I got $20 from Foot Meets Face, and I like a lot of these usernames, they're good. But wait, doesn't saving the animals give us more time to accept rad donations to prevent cancer? When's the last time someone used the word rad? All right. Welcome to 96. He also wants to say kill the frames. I'm sorry for cutting off your donation. I got $57 from Grant G. Kill cancer, kill the animals. I also just wanted to hear Spike's silky smooth voice. I would not describe it in those words. All right. I got $20 from Curie. I send this money against cancer and towards the animals. How can you not save them? Let's show everyone what speedruns truly are capable of.
Coming up is everyone's favorite item in the game, X-ray scope. It's obviously a pointless item unless you're doing some sort of a glitched run or if you're doing a casual run of the game. But you never get it in really any category.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay, I got that. You saw me unmorph right at the same. The thing is, I unmorphed like right at the same frame. I was about to take damage, and that allows you to keep your speed and keep running across the spikes. I really didn't expect to get that, but it's a pretty cool thing.
Oh yeah, she got it. Nice. See if you can get it on the way back as well.
On the way back, it kind of is slower to try for it and fail it, so I just kind of
Oh, fair enough.
do it. It's pretty fast room anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, coming up is the reverse slinky. It's
Well, the attempt.
the attempt of the reverse slinky. Sorry.
Previously, this strat has been considered TAS only.
Okay, so that was that was better than I expected to do.
Yeah, what he just did was actually still very difficult.
Yeah.
The idea is to keep in spring balling all the way up to the top. Sweet is actually the only runner to do it in a run. There are other runners that have done it in practice, but he's the only one that's done it live during a run.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
really
Very
fast,
exciting.
really fast strategy, but it's not a big deal if you miss it too.
Yeah,
still
as long as you get through the first door trying the trick, even if you mess it up after that, you're still saving time. You don't really lose time by failing it.
He lays that power bomb where he does, so it just where the hole is, where he goes up, it stops the blocks from breaking beyond that, and just kind of makes it for like a nice ease up to the top.
And what's interesting about those, that place that I went up and wall jumped up, you can actually just hold one direction and constantly hit the jump button and keep wall jumping because it's only 1 square wide. So it's like an easy place to kind of learn the basic concept of wall jumping.
I got $50 from Crazy Ricky. When one considers the grand scope of the entirety of Super Metroid, the animals came through and showed you how to wall jump, shine spark, 2 critical abilities needed to save frames. Without those animals, many more frames than 1,560 would be lost without those abilities. Let's save these animals.
Right. What Sweet Gnome's going to do here is get a short charger, or basically store one, go up the elevator, and then he'll use it to get across much quicker than you would without it. Or I think it actually could be quicker if you don't do that, right? But it's very difficult and very tight.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you get to just kind of skip this room. And it's cool that you can just keep a shine spark, through the elevator transition. It's not something that a lot of people would think about.
So we've got 2 more items to pick up, and then that'll be 100%. And super missiles and 1 more pair of missiles.
While we're picking those up, I've got $20 donated anonymously. I'm all for speedruns and saving frames, but I'm also for seeing runners overcome challenges, like playing one-handed or blindfolded. So I ask you, why are we not challenging the Super Metroid runner? Save the animals. Prove you're more skilled than the other speedrunners who just run past them.
So this should be the last missile pack, and then we're on our way to beat the game.
I've got $100 from my boy SMK. SMK here, wish I was there. Glad to see you guys having a blast. I hope all the tech stuff went smoothly. Sure. I hope all the tech stuff went smoothly, and I hope to be able to join you guys next year, or the summer. Stay strong and Dear Force!
Dear Force!
Also, I hope nothing on the tracker broke in my absence. We miss you. All right. I've also got $44.44 from Master Key. 1,560 frames is too many frames to spare. Let's kill them and get hype for 1 million.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is kind of a useless thing, but you can keep blue suit if you unmorph and hold like an angle button at the same time, and you can actually kill enemies with it if you use it in certain areas and jump with it. But here it's just fun.
Yeah.
And you lose it. Yeah.
I've got $50 from Ellen. Spike Vegeta is so rad. He's the raddest, baddest dude from Rad City. Keep up the radness. Thank you. I also got $50 from Z Bear. Z Bear here. 2 of my aunts have been touched by the hand of cancer, but luckily they both managed to fight it off and have been cancer-free since. Love what you guys do and save the animals because technically humans are animals too.
All right, so what we have here is very technical, these Metroid rooms.
That was really good.
Very nice
that
first
was
room.
very good for the
We have
first room.
3 more rooms to do.
Yeah.
The second and the fourth room are usually pretty straightforward. That one's a little risky sometimes. But the first and the third room are very technical. It requires canceling and shooting at the right times to clear the rooms in optimal time.
That's pretty good too. Yeah, and here I just group them all together. Collect all the drops.
Yes, if you want to describe the skip.
Yeah, you guys want to talk about the Metroid skip?
Well, the Metroid skip, it's a pretty difficult trick, but I'm not exactly sure how much time it saves you, but Cot Power was, I believe he was the first one to find a reasonable strategy for it, like a year and a half ago. What you do is, it allows you to just do continuous jumps and put the baby
Nice.
Metroid in in a loop around Samus, and that allows you to bypass the long scene of the health drain. It bypasses also having to get more health and the health refill. So it's a very important strategy to get if you're speedrunning the game. Oh, nice. That's also
Okay,
very difficult Zebetite skip to get. Why he did that one for a couple of reasons. Well, it's fast, and he can do, normally to do the Zebetite skip you can't have screw attack on because of the invulnerability frames. But with the way he just did it, it allows you to bypass having to get rid of screw attack or doing a short charge method, which is pretty difficult.
Not this time the head hits the floor, but the last time.
Yeah.
The best way to kill Mother Brain in Phase 2 is just shoot her in the face with the Ice Plasma Wave Beam. It actually only takes 20 shots. If you're using just supers, it actually takes 60 supers to do.
Yeah, and after 16 shots, Mother Brain starts doing that red beam, which we call the ketchup beam a lot. It does a lot of damage, but it's not really a danger in 100% because you need to take damage anyway. So you guys want to explain the stand-up glitch that I'm about to do?
Probably know better than I do.
So the stand-up glitch is something really interesting, and normally when the way this cutscene is supposed to work is Samus is supposed to be prone after you get hit with the beam. Nice, that was close. After you get hit with the beam, you're supposed to be prone. But what happens is if you have over 700 energy when Mother Brain hits you with a rainbow beam, and if you have less than, I think, 100, 200, 100 energy, it depends how much total energy you could have. As long as you are below that threshold, by the time that Mother Brain would do another rainbow beam, Mother Brain will instead continue the cutscene where the Metroid comes and latches onto her face.
Yeah, so you just basically obtain full control of Samus through this. Now, there are a couple times where you could get stuck, but what he's doing now is shooting Mother Brain. This is actually dealing damage for Phase 3 of Mother Brain, and if he does it properly, you can get Mother Brain down to basically 0 health, done optimally, but normally it's 1 or 2 shots for Mother Brain 3. You'll see Mother Brain will actually start getting like a red tone, like the death tone that she would in the Phase 3, so.
And you actually have to be very careful with this trick, because if you shoot when the beam transitions from your regular beams to the hyper beam, it will actually soft lock the game. You have to
So
be
I'm
very
going to
careful.
stop right now, but normally I'd shoot a couple more just to
Oh, okay.
give Mother Brain more dead. But yeah, then,
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
basically
that.
the fight.
Took 3
so.
shots.
so get ready to cut off the animal. All right,
Yeah, so
That's it.
that's it.
All right. With the buzzer beater, literally at the buzzer, Save the Animals wins at $116,000.
All right, now the cutoff is coming up.
Oh, with the other buzzer beater. No. We will get to it, but apparently someone donated $10,000 right at the end.
Wow. Like I said, the escape is pretty basic. Just get the heck out. The planet's exploding. Leave. And yeah, now we have to save the animals, I guess, which is not normally part of the run, but now it is.
And while we're throwing these frames in the trash, the final count was 116, 133, 63 to 114, 579.05. $230,712.68 total.
Saved him and got the shine spark out.
Optimal saving strats for the animals.
Save the most frames by losing the frames.
And then time is when Samus
Time. Sorry. 119.47. All right.
Nice, dude.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
that's an awesome time.
That's
Even
funny.
with saving the animals.
Yeah, even with saving the animals, that was a very good time.
That's I'm
So-
really happy with that. I didn't expect that time. So what's that?
If you look right here, the
Yeah,
pixel
yeah,
to the
yeah.
right.
There's a little pixel.
There
There
it
you go.
is.
There it is. There's the animal.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
Good job, Sweetnam.
And with that, let's get one more round of applause for both of our runners for all the hard work that all of you put in. We're about to go to a commercial. I just want to give you guys one donation here from Twitch Interactive, $8,450. Twitch supports the speedrunning community and killing the animals. Let's go for $1 million. Thank you very much, Twitch. We'll let you guys know who dropped 10K as soon as we come back from this commercial. We'll be right back with AGDQ 2015.